Ah. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back once more to Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning, Sunday evening, wherever you may be. And a very big howdy. And let's just have a quick look at the chat. Oh dear, it's flying. Dara's Locomotive Shed has joined us. Hello, Dara. Um, Dino, hey, nice to see you, man. Brian and Simon and Mark and Lisa, welcome in. Nice to see you all on this very sunny Sunday afternoon. Yes, very restful. Little breeze blowing. There's Anthony Dodge, the model train outside. Tickling away behind me is the daylight, the Southern Pacific daylight. I thought we'd go a little American today. We are Americans, not Americans, as they say. And a very good morning to you, Anthony, and Chuck Schreiber. A very good morning to you. It is afternoon here. Yes, you are indeed correct. Andy Dobson has joined us. Hi, Andy. And Todd Armstrong. Look who it is. It's the pilot dog. Yes, I'm here in the house. Well, I'm in the shed, actually, but not banned from the house. Who else have we got in the chat? St. Blazy Model World is Roger. Hello, Roger. Nice to see you. I hope the weather is fair down in sunny Cornwall, or sunny down in fair Cornwall. Yes. Good to see you, man. Hope you're all well and bearing up, as they say. Yes. I thought I'd go for two roads today. Here's a bog standard Atho. What is it? It's something like an F3, something like that. F3A and B. The B is just a dummy. Pull in, there's a couple of Bachmann heavyweights, of which more about that in a while. And the rest of these are all Concord, I believe, which are just basic shells. There's no actual inserts inside with any seating or anything. So they're just pretty basic shells, but nice, vibrant daylight colors in red and orange. So that's making its way around now. Yes, I know the Athern's pretty basic. It's not the most basic because this one's actually got windscreens in it and stuff like that. But boy, is it powerful. It's pulling this train as if it doesn't exist. Plus it's pulling the B unit, which is a dummy. So yes, it's doing rather well. How old is that? That's probably 1980s, I think. 1980s, 1990s vintage. Yeah, powerful. A big old power out to the bogies, bogey towers, pretty basic Athens stuff, and very reliable. Not much to break in it. It's as basic as it can get. Just running DC on these, although I will be sliding it into some DCC later, so we can have a little sound and smoke action and things like that, just to add a little spice and liven things up a bit. So yes, it's turned into quite a nice, fresh breezy, but warm breezy, sunny day, which is good. Overnight, it goes down to something like 6 degrees. 6 degrees, what's that, low 40s in Fahrenheit. So it's cold at night, but pleasantly warm during the daylight. Randall Ellison has joined us. Mark Swiss Junction Andy, nice to see you. And there's Mav. Hello, Mav. I'm in lurking mode today. Have a great stream. Hello to Anthony Dodge, and Lady Joyce. Absolutely. Good to see you, Mav. And yes, carry on lurking, as they say. Sam's Trains is there. A very good day to you, sir. About the same here in Cornwall. Yep. Okay. It's fair. It's bright. There's a little breeze blowing, but it's not unpleasant. So I hope the weather is holding up wherever you may be. So as you can see, this is quite a long train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 10-coach train, which is not to be sniffed at. The Concorde type. They're actually IHC, but I think they're old. It's old Concorde. It's got all the styling about Concorde. You know, basic plastic trucks, plastic bodies, the bare minimum. But they were what I could get at the time, which was, I think, back in the 90s. I first got those. And I must admit, at first glance, I was a bit disappointed because they were so basic. But getting more winterish in Melbourne, not quite cold enough for the heater, but nearly. Yeah, I believe Artie is suffering from the same type of thing, and it's nice to see Artie back with his live stream, which was very early this morning. Good to see him laughing again, which is always a great tonic for not only for Artie but for everyone who supports him. And long may that continue. Let's put it that way. So yes, this is just tickling around behind me, adding a little ambience to the air, a little noise, a little sights, bombard on a Sunday. Yeah, always good. Shirt today. Where are we? Oh, there. Wait. Thrust SSC. Still the fastest car in the world, but yeah. It's all very well having the fastest car, but I put my money where my mouth was and put a bit of money into it. And sure enough, still got the supersonic land speed record, 763 miles per hour. Oh, yes. Yeah. And he hasn't been beaten so far. I think Richard Noble started a project to try and push it to 1,000 miles an hour, but already holding the record is not the way to beat it, really. The days of Donald Campbell beating his own record are well and truly over. So I'm afraid that one fizzled out. And he's turned his attention, strangely enough, to the water speed record, which is another thing entirely. That's a whole different ball game. Hydrodynamics and aerodynamics. That's not easy. That's not easy. Not as fast as a Vauxhall Vectra. Not as rusty either. But yes, I'm not so sure about Vauxhalls. I think I only ever had one Vauxhall. 1,000 miles an hour, you'd be in Thurso in minutes. Yeah, absolutely. If you could find somewhere flat enough with objects in the path, no breeze, yeah, doesn't been reliant. It was actually steered from the back. It had two quite wide wheels at the front, and it had two sort of almost inline wheels at the back, and it actually steered from the back, which was outrageous. But it was a monster of a machine. But there you go. Lost interest in Vauxhall after the late 90s. Yeah, they did let it drift somewhat. The mid 80s, I think they were probably at their best when they were bringing out the Nova and the Astra, and you had the Astra GTE. They were pretty much on top about that stage, and then, like everything, it starts to slide. Happy Mother's Day to all mums and mums in heaven. Absolutely, Dwight Curley. Dwight is on tonight, 7 p.m. UK time. Colonel Cottonbelt. Whoa, a daylight train. Absolutely, Jason. A very good morning to you, and I hope you are well and your family. Ivor Van Zon. There's the Dutch contingent. I won't say Holland because that's only 2 areas, correct? Correct. Right. Hello, Sparky. And to unlock my caps lock button. Yeah. Yes. shouting in the chat. Good day, model railroaders, and a very good morning to you, Dave. Nice to see you. Yes, as you can see, there's daylight running in the background. This one tickles along very nicely at a slow pace. So once the motor's warmed up, it's just some peaceful tickling along. It does its stuff. On the other track, that's a different matter, because there's New York Central, there's various backmen and authors. They're not really heavyweights because only some of them have got the 12 wheel buggies, but very much of a heavyweight era. Although most of them, they're all smooth sides, but looking at the arrangement of the windows, yeah, they're easily unmistakable as heavyweights. So I'll get that moving in a minute. That is a little more noisy because on the front of that one is a Rivarossi Hudson. Not the streamlined variety. This is just the basic J2 or J3. So they call it the J3A with no streamlining, just bog standard, bog. So yes, I'll get that one moving, and hopefully you'll still be able to hear me. And she's on her way. But of course, being as this is a Rivarossi, an aging Rivarossi, with the old fist-sized 3-pole motor in it, it does grind a bit. But here we go. Enough coaches to make it interesting. Oh my God, what's happened? The first disaster, ladies and gentlemen. We have a derailment. How did that happen? Back her up. Call the fat controller. Oh, Fat, where are you, Fat? So Topham Hat is ignoring me at the moment. But let's change the polarity. And let's get it moving. Let's have some continuity. Bugger. Mm-hmm. I got a feeling one of those, because it's one of these type of things where the bogey moves and the what do they call it, kinematic type couplings, they move at the same time. So the bogey moves is connected to the coupling mechanism and they both move in the same direction. This one seems to be a little off track. Thomas Grassi, a very good morning to you. I believe you're in New Jersey. So you should be having some fair weather at the moment, I assume. Let me know in the chat if that's correct. Bogey. Yes. Right, let's get it moving. Go on, move out. She's moving. Yes, she's moving. Right, let's hope this is more successful. I've had that running for at least a half an hour to get the motor warmed up. No derailments, no added stress. And then, of course, the camera turns on, I switch the power on, and it decides to derail. But we'll keep an eye on that one, just to see if it misbehaves. There's definitely something not quite right with that one. It's better this time. but I'll keep my ear peeled. We'll see. Bogey mounted coupling to body mounted coupling can cause issues. Well, they're both the two coaches have both got kinematic couplings. So in theory, the bogies and they should move in unison. But I think one of them, this one, is offset to the right for whatever reason. There's something not quite right in its mechanism, so I'll have to have a look at that. Not going to do it if you're watching it. Shall I keep watching it then? Just despite it. But oh, there's RT. Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a donkey. Hi everyone. And there's Charlestown. Hello, Chaz. Nice to see you. A little American action today. New York Central Systems. I think I'm right in saying that this is the only Walters in the train. It's running very well. You have to give Walters credit. Although it says minimum 24-inch radius on the box, and there isn't much leeway in that 24-inch. So I think Carl Stevens was having a similar problem with one of his brass engines in the fact that it would only do 35.5-inch radius and no less than that without it shorting completely. So it's obviously a favourite locomotive of Carl Stevens. So the difficulty is if you want to run your best engine, you've got to have something to encompass that limitation. So I think Carl's run with it and he's trying to work around that situation. Glorious train today, sunlight and moonlight, I guess. Great contrast, absolutely. Yes, the daylight and what I can imagine is the remnants of the 20th Century Limited in its two-tone grey. Great. Mostly Wolfers passengers, they sometimes struggle on 28-inch radius. Yeah, that's why I tried to shy away from the set track idea of doing model railways or train sets, whatever you want to call it, which had the biggest possible radius of something like 36-inch radius. So there's no chance of anything complaining, particularly if you put something like a decapod on there that's got 10 wheels, 10 driving wheels. It's like a snake trying to get around. I think the biggest one we've got like that is the it's a 412-2. Is it the 9000s? It's an MTH engine, very, very long, and it's got 12 coupled wheels. But they've done it in a type of articulation because they cheated a bit, because it was obviously too much. A lot of locomotives can do the minimum advertised radius, but it doesn't sound too happy doing it. Yes, I've noticed that. If you watch any of Sam's Train's reviews, even the most innocuous looking locomotive will struggle around some of his radius 2 curves. So I eradicated all of that kind of thing, went for flex track, and I was generous. So I could see the writing on the wall for doing tight radiuses. And I thought, no, let's get away from that. As soon as I saw that Walters box, and it warned me that 24-inch radius was getting near the mark. I think it said 25 on one box. Steve Childers, a very good morning to you. Nice to see you. A little daylight action and some New York Central stuff, just for our American cousins. Not just for our American cousins. I like it. I like it myself. I like it. Yeah, very informative. He can be a little frivolous at times and a little whiny, but essentially his critique is correct. He wants to see good bearings on all of the wheels, a good drive mechanism. We all want to see this. A good level of detail. And what detail and painting there has to be to a high standard. No glue marks, things like that. So he will call it out because he buys his locomotives from dealers and then critiques it. And that's really the way to do it. So, yes, American stuff, not the easiest thing to get in the UK. But when you do see it, you've got a bit of a closed market because everybody will just pass it by. And there are only certain of us that do this kind of stuff. So we tend to be able to take our pick. But some of the prices can be a little outrageous. On the other hand, some of the dealers just want to get shot of it, so they put it up cheap and we can clean up. I'm just a little suspicious now. Once you have a derailment, I'm all ears. A bit biased when it's given to you. Yeah, if it's given to you, you haven't got a complaint. Baseballs had to be taken down a few weeks ago so we could have a new washing machine delivered. This afternoon decided it would improve the wiring whilst the boards are down. Absolutely, yeah, good opportunity for doing things like that. Right, let's get you down on the track so you can see some of the action. Now, there's two really good views which encompass everything. There's one by the door, which is looking to the west, and there's one behind me looking to the west. Too many choices, so it gets a bit strange. But let's see what we can do. Right, here we go. How's that for a picture? Is that okay? Yeah, Brian, I know you joke about things like that, but there are guys that have done their layouts in the kitchen. I believe Anthony knows about that kind of thing. He'll know who I'm talking about. Yes, I know, Ivo. It is frustrating for us too. They tend to go work on an economy basis, so all the plastic is very thin to the point you're getting light bleed, made in the cheapest way possible, so they're not too fussy about glue marks or anything like that. I don't think there's very good quality control. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess for that. Which Anthony's like saying Dave, yeah, or John. There's at least 7 Johns, and that's in the US itself. And there's Chris. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Oh, cooking the turkey, are you, man? If you're not, I'm sure you'll let us in on the secret of what you're cooking. Today's a roast day, but we'll be having that a little bit later. I cooked up some grilled fish, some grilled mackerel for Blondie and myself this morning, of which she was very grateful. Well, Timber Surf, hi and bye, Timber. Ciao for now, but you've obviously got something on, so yeah, enjoy yourself, man. Don't do anything I wouldn't. Get to the bottom of what that was. Yes, Ivo, they do. They wobble, they bounce. They're very, very lightweight, being of a sort of Concord type construction. I know it says IHC on the box, but they're probably Concords. Horrible plastic wheels, very vague spacing on the wheels. Yeah, they were what was available at the time. So perhaps I should upgrade them, but they still work as a unit, and they're very, very lightweight. So I can pull a sizable train without the strain. Oh, well, you see, Mav, being as I've just got a tree background here, that could be anywhere, really. The colour of the ballast is fairly uniform no matter where you go, varying from grey to buff like this. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that this could be a place in America. But I have thought about that, yes, indeed. But I need to be able to switch, and it doesn't need to be so far removed from the US that it's not believable. Yeah, Ivo, I had that mindset too until I came across MTH, where you have die-cast bodies, Canon motors, brilliant gearing, all-wheel drive, pickup, good sound system, lots of electronics, lots of bells and whistles, smoke. It just enforced what I'd been missing all these years. And I know they were frowned upon because of their unique electronics, which unfortunately Mike Wolf was pushing. They are pretty good. There's March West Junction, Andy. Hope all is well. Tom's Miracle Layout. Hello, Tom. Yes, River Rossi, as you'll be well aware of. The rest of these all are Backmans, and that one particular one there is a Walthers. For the daylight contingent, there's two the Backman heavyweights, and then the rest are all sort of Concord, very cheap, plasticky, but very lightweight coaches. Oh, there's Wolfsec Teamix, Paul Wood. Hello, Paul. A very good afternoon to you. Do I really look like Colin? Yeah, perhaps I do. Although Anthony can't see it. But my son Richard obviously can. So, oh well, I'm stuck with that moniker. Well, version 5.5 should just be version 5. And your lock programmer, as soon as you connect it, it will say, do you want to upgrade? as long as it's got the latest software in it, it should work 5.5 or anything 5. And if it doesn't, I'd be surprised to find out why not. The signals is a standalone system, Thomas, not connected to anything else apart from a DC supply. They're interconnected by various wiring, and there are boards underneath made by Heathcote Electronics, which are just sequencing boards with a infrared between the tracks just to signal when the train has passed. Each signal has one of those, so they're interconnected. It's by no means a foolproof system, but it's not connected to anything else. But well, it's just standalone. One of the signals is on a timer. The rest are interconnected with the previous signals. Well, they all are, but usually the trains are shorter than this, so there's a better sequence between the signals. And there's Clive. Hello, Clive. A very good afternoon to you in hopefully sunny Norfolk. Yeah, Lyndon, it might be a case of take the chip out and pop it onto, let me just grab it. Have you got one of these, which is a decoder tester? Again, an ESU product, but this has got all the different funky pinouts on it for putting a chip straight on there. So if you've got one of these, take the chip out and put it straight onto there, then connect that with 2 wires to your lock programmer. And I mean, this has got a little motor on it. It's got a little speaker there. It's got all of the lights, so it can really test your decoder. Yes, Ivo. Yeah, it's basically a train without wheels. Very well put. Yes, there's just no transmission. But when I got the lock programmer, I thought that rig up might help, and it does indeed. It's, I'd say, almost essential, and it doesn't break the bank either. Yeah, Clive, I think I got mine from Coastal DCC, they're pretty good. They're good guys, actually. I think they're out at Ipswich, and very knowledgeable. And any help you need, you can always ring them up, and they're always happy to help. Right, let's have a change up. Right, I'm just going to change the motive power, ladies and gentlemen. Here goes. Yeah. And we want to go for this one. Okay. Right, here's a daylight. Let's see what happens now. Now this, amazingly enough, is a Bachmann without any of its axle split that I know of. And it does have a smoke unit in it. Now why has that one stopped? Ooh, that's hot. I think it might be just pulling too much power. Right. Let's try that one again. Move that out of the way. Nope, it's not having any of that. Okay, Randall, take care, man. Yeah, that's good, Brian. Yeah, just a little smoke issuing out of there. Not a great deal, but enough to keep the interest. I think this might be a good idea, a good time to switch over to DCC. We'll let this run for a minute or two. And then I'll switch over to DCC and we'll have a little bit of action with that. Yeah, not a great deal of smoke, but good enough for its day, I think. Right, so I'll stop that one just over there and we'll bring out the big guns. Right, there we are. Silence has descended once more. Right, let's get this one unpicked. Come on, me beauty. Oh dear, oh dear. Ah, KDs, don't you just love them? Right, let's take that one off there. I like that. Right, that should do. Right, let's drag that off now. And here we go. Right on. Okay. Oh, Anthony's got errands to do. So enjoy yourself, Anthony. Don't do anything I wouldn't. Right. Let's change it up to. Oh, I've got to take. I've got to take the River Rossi off. And its support coach. There we go. Right, I should be able to run that straight back in. I'll leave that one open. Let's open this one. And here we go. Let's hope it can make it all the way back before it floats out. Here she comes, ladies and gentlemen. I give you the J3A Hudson. Over the double slip. A bit further. Yeah. On the stops. And that's that. Right. Okay. Let's switch up some points. And we are ready to flip over to DCC. Uh-oh. That one off. And that one on. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power is on. We are now switching over to DCC. 0.62 of an amp. Remember that a lot of those coaches are pulling quite a bit of power now. So let's start her off. Number 17. Headlight. 3/4 of an amp I'm pulling now. And here she comes. Right, let's carry on backwards. And it can pick up its train. Right, let's just get that connected up. And we are connected. Direction. And let's go. And on the other side, let's bring out the daylight. Here we go. Good morning, James. Nice to see you. Right, there we go. Yeah, Tom, I've got these well turned down. If I turn the sound up to maximum, I wouldn't be able to hear myself thinking here. So the one good thing about MTH also is that you can turn down the level of sound just at the flick of a function button. Let's have some lights on there. Okay, cheers, Artie. You take it easy, man. And here comes the Mohawk. 482 configuration. Very, very nice model. That's the other thing I like about this particular daylight. It's actually got in there. Of course, it's just an LED effect, but well, an effect. Yeah, James, I do like the two-tone grey. I know at one time they had like an olive drab type of green, but I think the double grey really does look good. Oh, damn it, I've turned the lights off. What a fool. And in order to turn that back on, I've got to stop it and then hit 3. Yep, we're back on. Here we go. Canadian Locomotive Logistics. A very good morning to you. E8 or F7. Yeah, that's good, James. A little smoke action from the MTH. Not much of it, just a bit of whisk.
All right, we have track 1 from Chicago, train number 26, 20th Century Limited. This stop Toledo. Have a nice day. Thank you. Watch your step. Welcome aboard. Let me help you with your baggage. Thank you, sir. Ticketed passengers only. Now departing on track 1 for New York, train number 26, 20th Century Limited. Watch your step. Step right this way. Let's get that baggage loaded. All aboard! Should be a nice day. Conductor's giving us a highball signal. Let's get down the line.
Believe it or not, folks, that whole sequence was fully automatic, even the takeoff. It's amazing what these engines can do. They're almost sentient. A very good morning, Jerry. Yeah, Eric, I know MTH took a lot of flack, but their engineering was absolutely superb. All of these are all die cast, the body, the tender. The sound was a little hokey, but okay. Canon motors, proper Japanese motors used throughout, just superbly engineered. And I think even the drivers are compensated as well with springing. So wonderful bits of engineering. And after the yeah, we thought we'll have more of that. Oh, sorry about that, Brian. If I'd have known, I would have skipped that for you. But yeah, it does add another dimension, I suppose. It's nice if it can do it, but you don't want to just listen to it all the time. I'm not sure they put Dodge on every loco, otherwise I think Anthony would be suing them for breach of copyright. Well, Brian, if you've got a nice open station and you can get it to do the right thing at the right time, it does give you a bit of respite. What you do is you hit button 4 and it will sit there literally as you could sit there and have a cup of coffee. and hit button 4 again, it goes to the next bit of dialogue, and so on until he says, I think it's time to get it down the line. And off it goes. Well, the thing is, Brian, it's there if you want it, and you don't have to use it if you don't want it. I don't have to have the smoke going all the time. I can turn all the lights off, turn the sound off. But it's there if you want it. And I suppose it is a bit entertaining if you keep the volume levels down. Now this one's a 482 configuration, and it doesn't have any problem with these quite open curves. Even pulling it out of the fairly tight medium radius points there, not a problem. Oh, hello, Rick. Nice to see you, man. Very good morning to you. Yeah, I do like the NTH. Difficult to get in this country, but worth the effort for the absolute excellence of their product. A bit of light oiling occasionally, and as long as the electronics hold up, everything should be fine. If it doesn't, then you might be in a world of hurt. Yeah, that's also true, Brian. But you've probably had locomotives which have, what, TTS in them. Do you listen to the frying breakfast all the time? No, probably not. It'd probably make you feel constantly hungry. Yeah, Brian, you could do that, but with MTH, they did it in such a way that the electronics was very, very complicated, and it would mean a complete rip out. You can't just stick an 8-pin in there and hope for the best. You would have to literally tear the whole thing apart, take all of the boards out, and start from scratch and rewire it. You'd have to wait for the locomotive to die before you did that. Yeah, Ivo, they did very much a proprietary electronic system. They were pushing their DCS control, which was a lot different from digital command control. And although you had DCC functions you could use, consisting was almost impossible. It was easy enough with DCS, but impossible with DCC. And even putting in a 4-digit number was very, very difficult. The word there is proprietary, Brian. They probably use pinouts in there, which are nothing like the convention. No NMRA conventions with Mike Wolf. He just did what he liked. So yeah, you would have to strip it all out and start again. I'll give you an example of that. On the drawbar, there are only 2 connections, 2 electrical connections between the front and the tender. Tender's got a lot of the electronics, but there's a lot of electronics in the boiler, and they are time division multiplexed between the 2. that's the level of complexity is in these locomotives. Yeah, again, Rick, it's probably proprietary, and there's probably a lot in there that you've got no control over whatsoever. So, knowing what we know of NTH, it's probably best to give it a wide berth, unless you really want it. Yeah, that's pretty much the sum of it. NTH went out of business. They sold their, well, I think they're still in business, but trying to get a hold of them even is almost impossible. And trying to get any repair work done, forget it. So yeah, it would be off to TRS trains for a complete reboot. Yes, Ivo, they certainly do. Recall, and through. Silence is golden. There you go. I've just turned off the sound from that, Randall. It's almost time to put the trains to bed once more. Well, I won't be. I'll be playing with them for probably a couple of hours now. But yeah, it's entertaining stuff, as they say. Yeah, I think they sold a lot of their tooling off, Rick, to people like Scale Trains, of which they're using the Fox Valley moniker now. And a lot of the O gauge probably went to somebody like Lionel, or I believe it was Atlas, actually. Okay, Lyndon, you're quite welcome. Right, let's grab the camera. Sorry about the shaky cam, folks. I'll do my best. There we go. Hook it back on the PC. And we're back here. Whoa. Yes, they're gently tilting around now. As with all these NTH engines, their Cannon motors are almost bulletproof, touch wood. And they run silky smooth. And when you've got no sounds running, yeah, it's all good. Oh, there's Charlie. Hello, Charlie. Hope I'm enjoying the good weather. I am indeed. Yes. Get some of that. Is it vitamin K into the skin? Not too much where it will burn, obviously, but you get the idea. I think vitamin K is very hard to come by, particularly in a climate where it rains all the time. But never mind. Anyway, folks, thanks everybody for coming in. Hope you enjoyed that. I very much did. That's what it's all about, a bit of fun on a Sunday. And that's very kind of you all, very kind of you. And until next time, yes, what will I run next time? Let's see. Well, I've got choices. James doesn't purchase scale trains. Okay. There's obviously a bit of history behind that, James. Yeah. Have a great day, everyone. I will see you in Dwight Curley's stream later. I'm not sure if Sparky Dave is going to do any kind of live stream today. There's always the possibility, but no pressure. Yeah, it's great to have everyone in, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. You're going to miss out on next week's stream. Oh, okay, Ivo. It will be sitting there if you decide to go into it at a later stage. Who? Yeah, Sparky. Dave. That's who. There's only one Dave. No, there isn't. Well, yes, there is. I'm off to watch Tasty Classics. Confused you will be after this week's episode of Soap. Probably crawling around some museum in London at that time. Okay, excellent. Enjoy yourself, Ivo. I hope the weather holds up for you. And I will catch everybody in the streams. And if not, hopefully next Sunday. I wish you all a happy and peaceful week. So I'll miss you next week. I'll be working. Oh, working on a Sunday. Working on the Sabbath? How can you be doing this? Oh, never mind. Each to his own, as they say. Anyway, take it easy, Brian. And everyone, happy trains. And I'll catch you all soon. Adios, amigos.